The video of my girlfriend kissing her childhood sweetheart was broadcast live. I clapped and wished they get married right on the spot. Right then Riley Lou called me. "What time is it already? You didn't even tell me in advance if you weren't coming home." I let out a soft laugh. I'm watching the sweet love of others on the big screen at the commercial street across the aquarium. I deliberately emphasized the word aquarium. Riley Lou slowed down her tone tiredly. "Then wander around by yourself for a while. I'll change my clothes and come find you. Let's go get something to eat together." This was already a compromise for a rich young lady like her. I took the olive branch as I should have and hung up the phone. I stood rooted to the spot and looked up at the big screen outside the mall staircase. Riley Lou and Ethan. Ito's smiling faces were shining brightly. I didn't wait for Riley Lou. Instead, I took a taxi to the most luxurious hotel in the city center, things I normally wouldn't splurge on. Got me a peaceful night's sleep early the next morning. I had a proper breakfast at the hotel before taking a taxi to work. The moment I stepped into the office, I could feel something off in the air. My coworker Kevin leaned over and whispered to me mysteriously. "I heard President Liu was furious today, saying there's a problem with the proposal our project department submitted." I shrugged indifferently. Every time I upset Riley Lou, she would take it out on me like this, all to keep reminding me that she was still mad. I kept busy with my own work, letting Riley Lou haunt our department over and over that morning. She showed up at our department multiple times for no reason, making our supervisor pace back and forth anxiously. The proud little princess looked like she'd been terribly wronged, glaring at me with her round almond eyes. But I never looked up at her once I kept editing and deleting my resignation letter on the computer. I had to fight for the best interest for myself. Finally, Riley Lou couldn't hold back anymore. She walked up to my desk and tapped on it impatiently. "As the lead designer of the Wadian project, you should take your responsibilities seriously. You made a mistake and won't even apologize. Do you want everyone on the project team to suffer with you?" I looked up at her and Riley Lou froze for a second. There was none of the usual flattery in my eyes, just calm without a single ripple. "I got it, I'm sorry." The corner of Riley Lou's mouth lifted in a sneer as if she instinctively wanted to mock my apology like she used to. But maybe my gaze was too unsettling, making her change what she was about to say. "I bought tickets for the Broadway musical tonight. Wait for me after work. We'll have dinner and then go see it together." The rare softness in her tone felt just like charity. I tugged at the corner of my mouth, wanting to laugh. But my muscles were too stiff, so I gave up. This kind of hit-and-run sweetener behavior had happened countless times over the past 7 years. Of course, the number of times I actually got to taste that sweet treat was few and far between. Even though I knew clearly Riley Lou's heart had already wavered, I still held on to that 1 in 10,000 chance until today and until the end of my affection. I nodded indifferently. Sure enough, near the end of the workday, Riley Lou got a call from Ethan Ito during the company-wide meeting. Her speaker wasn't even turned off in time. "Riley, I have a problem with the resort project here. The other side is really tough to negotiate with. I think I need the Lou group to step in. I was wondering if you have time." Riley Lou stood up in a panic and said without a moment's hesitation. Meeting adjourned, then rushed out. The people in the meeting room all left. I sat alone at the table, zoning out for a while with not a single bit of disappointment or dissatisfaction in my heart. I had long gotten used to being left behind by her like this time and time again. I went back to my desk, finished typing the rest of my resignation letter, then glanced at the time on my phone. Immediately booked a table at the Signature restaurant in Imperial Tower after a full meal. The waiter also gave me a bottle of red wine. I tipped him 2 bills happily. After finishing the bottle of red wine, I slowly took a taxi home. I thought Riley Lou wouldn't come home tonight. After all, there was a problem with Ethan Ito's project. There was nothing more important than that. But as soon as I walked into the living room, the familiar scent of perfume filled the air. Mixed with the minty scent of women's cigarettes, Riley Lou was in a nightgown, sitting in the middle of the living room staring at me coldly. "Where did you go?" Her bored voice was laced with annoyance, making me zone out for a second. I used to wait for her at home silently, no matter how late she came home after hanging out. I would gently hand her a glass of collagen honey water and eat her favorite fermented rice balls with her, and gently massage her temples that were swollen from drinking alcohol behind her carefully. Riley Lou scoffed at this.